Today I'm going to expand the drip irrigation system to include my rhubarb plants. Several years ago, I was having trouble with the rhubarb plants. They were always getting crown rot in spring because of our heavy clay soil. So I raised them up, put them in these fire rings, which are 1 foot high and 3 foot diameter. And the rhubarb has been doing exceptionally well ever since. But the only problem is keeping them watered because they dry out in these raised beds. And as you can see, they pretty well cover the entire fire ring, so it's hard to get water into them. And so I'm going to try and put a drip irrigation system in to try and correct that. And I can do a weekly watering of them. These beds over here have had drip irrigation for years, and the pipes run underground. They're 1/2 inch PVC pipes, and then they have these 1/4 inch drip lines throughout the beds, and all of the beds have those. And so I'm simply going to expand that now and include the drip irrigation because they've worked so well in these raised beds with the programmable timers, which comes off of this faucet over here. This is a summer only faucet, but I have this Bluetooth timer on it. It turns on when it is preset, and I have a filter on there which filters water to keep it from plugging up the things. So down at the bottom you can see where the feed comes up for the drip irrigation on the beds. There'll be another one added there for the rhubarb plants. So this is going to be today's project. I won't film the whole thing because it's going to be a day-long process, but I have these 6 rhubarb raised beds that I'm going to include drip irrigation on. So I'll stop this video and I'll get started laying out where the tubing pipes need to go, and then I'll get a clip of that, and then I'll have to dig trenches and etc. So that'll get started today, and I think it'll be a one-day project to get this finished. Okay, I laid out the pipes where they're going to go so that I know where I need to rake back the wood chips and dig a trench. And I've got all the fittings here for the valves and the elbows and the T's and everything I need. So I'm ready now to start digging the trench and getting ready to lay these pipes and put the fittings on them. And you can see they're going to cover all 6 beds with this one set of pipes. So I'll get started on the digging, and this will take quite a while. Okay, the tubes are all in and got the water hooked up to them, and they're being pressure tested. So far I haven't had a leak. I don't have a timer yet, so I hooked it direct there. Timer's on order and it'll be in sometime this week. But all the pipes are in, and the uprights with the valves are on them, and I flushed out each one to make sure there was no dirt inside of the line after they were put in, because the smallest piece of dirt in that line will plug up the drip emitters on the drip tubing. So all 6 beds now have connection to them, and the only thing I have to do now is put on the drip line onto each one of these, and then when I turn the valve on, it'll start the watering process of the rhubarb. So, and then when the timer comes next week, I can set that up. I'm going to experiment with setting it for 1 hour a week, once a week, and see if that keeps them moist enough. And if it's too moist or not enough, then I'll adjust the timer. But now I need to fill the trench and put on the drip lines, and we'll be ready to go. And I'll get a finished picture of that when they're done. The installation of the drip irrigation for the rhubarb plants is finished. The only thing missing is the timer, which is on order. It'll be here this week. I filled in all the trenches where the pipes are buried. I've hooked up all the drip lines, and they're on right now running, and watering the rhubarb plants and testing them out. Everything is working as I planned. So each plant now has its own water coming into it. This plant here was the most difficult one to get the drip lines into. Couldn't get underneath of it. This one here, if I can get close enough, you can see the water dripping on the drip line. These are drip lines that are 6-inch spacing on the emitters, which gives, there's 6 foot of drip line and there's every 6 inches as a drip emitter, so they'll get plenty of water. This plant here has been kind of wilted, so it'll appreciate a little water. But overall, I think the project has been very successful. It's been a day-long project, but it's been worth it. And it looks very neat now that it's finished. And so we're ready now to go for the summer. When it gets hot and dry, these plants will be able to get the water they need. And the way this is set up in the fall, I simply hook up the air compressor with 30 pounds pressure, blow the lines out, and then it's ready for winter and I don't have to worry about the pipes freezing. So everything is done and it's been a successful day. Thanks for watching.